Now before we finalize this character, there are just a couple more quick tweaks that I want to make. You can see obviously we've modeled this with the origin of the character in the middle, and I would really like that to be at the bottom. So I'm going to select the body of this little character, I'm going to hit Tab, hit A to select all, and we're going to move these points vertically until we're up sitting on top of the origin there. Hit Tab to go back out again. I think what I'm actually going to do is just squash this body down a little bit as well now. So I can actually hit S to scale, constrain it to the Z axis, and I'm just going to squash it a little bit overall. There we go. Now obviously we've left our eyes and our beak behind, so I'm going to select all of those, and obviously we can't see them at the moment, but if I turn on the X-ray mode, I can now see through the mesh. I'm going to drag select over everything and then just shift and click on the body to deselect that. Now hit G to move these. I'm going to constrain that to my Z axis and move them up somewhere around here. And I actually think I'm going to move that beak up just a little bit further. And I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Just a little bit too large. Now, with the beak selected, I'm going to hit Tab. I just want to make a few more little tweaks to that. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I want to round it out just a little bit more. Select these points on the top. Let's just nudge them down a little bit. Soften out that shape. I think it's just a little bit too sharp on the bottom, so I'm going to pull these points down a little bit as well to help. And maybe select these points here. And we're just going to move them up a little bit to further round out that shape. There. I think that looks a bit better. Hit Tab, turn off X-ray, and there we go. Control S to save that. Now, as with the frame of the swing, I'm going to select all of these objects, and I'm going to hit Control J to merge them into one single mesh. And we'll go up here and rename that to bird. Now if we turn back on the visibility of our frame and our swing and hit home to frame up everything, you can see our character is absolutely massive at the moment. That's fine. We're going to select it and just hit S to scale it down. Now what you'll notice here is because of the order that I joined the parts together, it's actually moved the origin up to the beak of the character, which is not what we want. So I'm actually going to undo that. We need to move this origin point back down to the center of the scene. And we can do that by right clicking and choosing Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. If we do that, you can see it's jumped right back to our center again. We can now once again hit S to scale and scale this down to a size that would fit on that swing. Now let's hit G to move it roughly into place and sit it on that swing there. Now I think we can afford to scale this up just a little bit further. Let's make it as big as we can while still fitting within these ropes. So I'll just move that across a little bit. Still have it sat on the swing there. Okay, that looks pretty good. And just hit the home key again to frame everything up. There we are. Hit Control S to save.